and strengthen trade and investment ties. Pakistan also hosted a number of high-level dignitaries. Leadership-level visits took place from Azerbaijan, Belarus, China, Iran, Kazakhstan, Malaysia, Mongolia, Qatar, Russia, Saudi Arabia, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan. Senior cabinet ministers of China, Saudi Arabia, Iran, India, Germany, Qatar, Russia, and the United Kingdom visited Pakistan. The UN High Commissioner for Refugees, Secretary General of SICA, and Secretaries General of SAARC, IMO, and the Commonwealth also undertook visits to Pakistan during 2024. This year we witnessed major transformation. South Asia, Middle East, Europe, and East Asia meant foreign policy adaptations and adjustments by countries around the world, including Pakistan. Despite these developments, Pakistan continued to promote its relations with countries. Developments, Pakistan on the basis of equality, mutual interest, and mutually beneficial cooperation. We prioritize dialogue and consultations with countries around the globe. During 2024, bilateral dialogue mechanisms, including bilateral political consultations, were held with Belgium, Belarus, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Canada, Denmark, the European Union, Estonia, France, Greece, Hungary, Latvia, Lithuania, Oman, Serbia, Sri Lanka, Switzerland, Sweden, Turkey, and Turkmenistan. Pakistan continued its policy of robust engagement with its close partners and friends. We reinforced our traditional partnerships with China, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and the wider Islamic world. These relationships are based on mutual trust and friendship and characterized by a tradition of robust dialogue and an exchange of bilateral visits. This year was marked by the traditional warmth and high-level exchanges between Pakistan and China. Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif undertook an official visit to China in June, while Premier Li Qian of China visited Pakistan in October. Pakistan and China also held the 5th Pakistan-China Foreign Ministers Strategic Dialogue in Beijing in May. During these high-level visits and exchanges, the two sides reached extensive consensus on further consolidating and deepening Pakistan-China all-weather strategic cooperative partnership and promoting practical cooperation in diverse fields with special focus on CPEC. There was a robust exchange of high-level engagements between Pakistan and the GCC countries. Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif undertook 4 official visits to Saudi Arabia, which consolidated our strategic and economic partnership. Important understandings were reached with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in political, security, and economic domains, and to translate the commitment between Prime Minister of Pakistan and His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin Salman to expedite investment package worth $5 billion. Trade and investment opportunities also remained a key focus of our bilateral engagements with Kuwait, Qatar, and the UAE. Cooperation will be prioritized with these countries in energy, mining, and aviation sectors. The year 2024 started with an unfortunate military exchange with Iran. However, the two countries were successfully able to move forward through robust and active diplomatic engagement and high-level dialogue. With the official visit of late President Sayyid Ibrahim Raisi in April 24, the two countries developed understandings on political, economic, and security matters. We continue to engage with the United States to promote bilateral understanding. United States remains the largest export market for Pakistani products. The two countries reached substantive understandings on trade, investment, energy, health, education, agriculture, climate change, and counterterrorism. We continue to cooperate and engage with our partners in Europe on bilateral, regional, and global issues of mutual interest. Our focus was to develop deeper economic collaboration, cooperate to confront climate change, and find opportunities in higher education and employment. Important understandings were reached with many European countries on labor migration, sustainable infrastructure projects, technical cooperation in civil aviation, and fostering green partnerships. The European Union has lifted a 4-year ban imposed on Pakistan International Airlines, leading to resumption of PIA flights to Europe. Pakistan is also engaged with the non-EU countries for resumption of flights in the wider region as well. Pakistan's engagement continued to grow with non-EU countries, including Belarus, Norway, Russia, Switzerland, and the United Kingdom. During the high-level visits and bilateral dialogues, substantive understandings were reached on bilateral cooperation in climate change, health, trade and investment, energy, science and technology, education, and technical training. At the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting held in October in Samoa, the Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister presented Pakistan's perspectives on key global issues and challenges with focus on climate change, economic development, and strengthening international cooperation with the Commonwealth community. Our region remains an important focus of our foreign policy. Pakistan and Turkey agreed to further strengthen mutually beneficial cooperation in trade, investment, defense, and security domains. The first Pakistan-Turkey-Azerbaijan trilateral summit was held in Astana in Kazakhstan in July. During the high-level engagements with Azerbaijan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Tajikistan, important understandings were reached to enhance regional connectivity, cooperation in energy, transport, and infrastructure. Our cooperation with these countries in the context of ECO will also continue. ECO and SCO remain important regional organizations for Pakistan. Pakistan was chair of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization's Heads of Government meeting held this year in October in Islamabad. In his capacity as the chair, Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif presided over the Council of Heads of Government meeting, which was attended by Prime Ministers of Belarus, China, Kazakhstan, Russia, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, and the Kyrgyz Republic, and the Minister of External Affairs of India and the Minister of Industry, Mine and Trade of Iran. The Prime Minister of Mongolia and the Foreign Minister of Turkmenistan also attended as special guests. Afghanistan remained a priority on the agenda of Pakistan's diplomatic outreach. Trade, connectivity, and people-to-people contacts were a priority in our engagements with Afghanistan. We have had some incidents on the border with Afghanistan. Pakistan's major concern of terror hideouts and sanctuaries inside Afghanistan remained high on our bilateral agenda. We remain engaged with Afghan authorities on all issues of priority and would like to enhance cooperation in trade, transit trade, and security and border management. As a firm adherent of regional approach to the situation in Afghanistan, Pakistan participated in meetings and mechanisms aimed at promoting peace in Afghanistan, including the Moscow format and the third quadrilateral meeting of foreign ministers of China, Iran, Pakistan, and Russia. The ministers reiterated their support for Afghanistan's national sovereignty, political independence, unity, and territorial integrity. We continue to engage with ASEAN countries to promote understanding on regional peace and security and enhance cooperation in diverse fields. During the visit of the Malaysian Prime Minister to Pakistan, the two sides agreed to further strengthen Pakistan-Malaysia ties in diverse fields, including trade, connectivity, energy, agriculture, halal industry, tourism, cultural exchanges, and people-to-people contacts. Pakistan's relations with Africa are seeing a positive trend in terms of bilateral trade and political, parliamentary, and security cooperation. Pakistan continued to pursue active multilateral diplomacy in 2024, both in individual capacity and as member of international groupings. Pakistan participated in international and regional organizations and groupings, including the United Nations, OIC, NAM, SICA, and SCO. Participation of Prime Minister and Foreign Minister in high-level events offered opportunities to present Pakistan's viewpoint on important national, regional, and global issues, commitment to multilateralism and international law, and underline our desire for enhanced regional connectivity and cooperation. In his address at the UN General Assembly on the 27th of September, the Prime Minister reaffirmed Pakistan's steadfast commitment to multilateralism and support for the role of United Nations in fostering global peace, security, and prosperity. We are encouraged with the results of our diplomatic efforts in multilateral settings. Pakistan was elected as a non-permanent member of the UN Security Council for the term 25-26, receiving an overwhelming support in the elections held at the UN General Assembly in New York. Pakistan was also elected as a member of the Board of International Atomic Energy Agency and the chair of UN Disarmament Commission for 2024. This year, Pakistan was a strong proponent of peace in the Middle East and called for an end to the genocide in Gaza and for end to Israeli aggression against countries in the region. We raised our voice at different multilateral platforms to highlight the concerns of the Palestinians, including at the United Nations, the OIC, and the D8. Pakistan welcomed the advisory opinion by the International Court of Justice on the legal consequences arising from the policies and practices of Israel in the occupied Palestinian territory, including East Jerusalem. Pakistan also participated in the oral public hearing held by ICJ on the case in February 24. In its submissions to the ICJ, Pakistan reiterated its strong and unwavering support for the right to self-determination of the Palestinians and highlighted the illegality of Israeli occupation. In South Asia, Pakistan continued to pursue a policy of peaceful neighborhood based on mutual respect, sovereign equality, and mutual benefit. Pakistan advocated constructive engagement and result-oriented dialogue with India to resolve all outstanding issues, including the core dispute of Jammu and Kashmir. It also urged India to take steps to create a conducive environment for advancement of peace and dialogue, as India's retrogressive actions in IIOJK have vitiated the bilateral environment and impeded the prospects for peace and cooperation. Notwithstanding the difficulties in bilateral relations, the ceasefire understanding of 2003, reaffirmed in February 2021, was upheld at the line of control in the interest of regional peace. The two sides also renewed the Kartarpur Corridor Agreement for another 5 years. Visits of thousands of Indian pilgrims to different shrines in Pakistan were also organized under the bilateral protocol of 1974. Pakistan also expressed its serious concerns on the Indian campaign of extraterritorial and extrajudicial assassinations on Pakistan's soil. Details of concrete evidence were made public in January. Pakistan's relations with other South Asian countries, Sri Lanka, Maldives, Nepal, Bhutan, and Bangladesh, witnessed positive developments. Pakistan is keen to strengthen existing multifaceted cooperation with these countries. In this context, Foreign Minister held important meetings with the foreign ministers of Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and the Maldives on the sidelines of